So, it seems like third time's a charm, huh? Again, this is just a simple commentary. I'm still working on some stuff in the background. But despite me wanting to take a break from Twitter, I was sadly made aware of everyone going up in arms about a recent Steven Universe commercial going out of its way to be against racism. And I think it just made me realize that no matter how a message is portrayed, there's always going to be some people making it into a joke or treating it as sacrilege, because apparently telling sheltered people that racism and prejudice does in fact still exist makes their world shatter. It's SJW cringe and yada yada yada. What I don't get is, people do realize that these morals were always in our media, right? Including cartoons. Now we've just made more progress as a society to be more aware of proper tolerance, so of course we're going to see these values reflected more and in better ways. But these messages just didn't pop up the second Bean Mouse came to fruition.
Oh, word? Because I was just about to heat these shits up.
Really? Niggas really calling Toonami hating anime fans, when I'm pretty sure most of these people saying that aren't really fans. Okay, if you're racist, then yes, they do indeed hate you, especially the Black and POC and other marginalized groups that work on these staffs. So, I don't give a shit about that, neither do they. Most people with functional brains do not give a shit about the tiers of privileged people who do backwards long jumps trying to avoid having any sort of accountability for racism. Even if they don't actively cause anything, they just might be benefiting because of the fact that they aren't facing the specific systemic issues that my peers face. And it's everywhere and over the most minor of things. Look at the racism and death threats and general harassment that Black people, even Black artists, even some of my friends have faced, and tell me that I'm the one being sensitive. I got so many racist comments in my Toonami video attacking me, Black people, Black Lives Matter as a movement and an idea, and even going so far as to belittle my voice, which is a huge insecurity of mine. So yeah, sorry for not caring about the opinions of the poor little conservative who genuinely can't use that P brain of theirs to realize, oh wow, the ideas I support are making lives of marginalized people even more of a living hell than it already is. I see all this shit. I just can't comment on all of it because I can't internalize everything 24/7 without feeling even more depressed. I'm human. I have my limit. But for people who have gone their whole life not caring, they don't want that to stop. They want to be comforted, they want to be coddled. So of course, they call everything SJW Marxist brainwashing when media and people behind it are spreading messages that are literally as simple as don't hate Black people, don't hate gay people, don't hate people different than you. Something that simple is making you up in arms. I don't know what to fucking tell you. And for the people who think this is all quote-unquote virtue signaling just to make other people feel good, maybe instead of memeing the commercial for the first 24 seconds, you really should have watched the whole thing. But I don't know, the internet blew over 5 seconds of fucking Trump joking at Maniacs when it and Pinky in the Brain, and I think all of those shows had tons of political jokes. So I guess people just want to complain for the hell of it.
I'd say we've lost our way.
This isn't a map. It's a campaign flyer for the Republican Party.
I know. That's why I'd say we've lost our way. As a country, I mean.
I don't know. Time and time again, I'm realizing that a lot of people who keep up with animation don't know shit about politics. Or just any social issue. I'm no expert either, but at least I use rational thinking. And now you guys know why I hate Twitter so much. It's where rational thought goes to die and Nazis and pedophiles run amok. Oh wait, they're actually doing something about the pedos now? Yeah, okay, I guess a broken clock can be right at least once in its lifetime. People fail to realize that kids can handle deep messages. Our worlds weren't candy coat when we were kids, we just had a specific worldview. May have just been too blindly optimistic or naive to really know everything about the world, but let's be honest, a lot of us just didn't realize it. And it's not really our fault either. a lot of us grew up in less than desirable conditions, either physically, emotionally, or systemically, but we just accepted it as a part of life. We were focused on cartoons and homework and video games and pizza. But Cartoon Network still gave a shit. Listen to the stuff that Tom was spitting like 20 years ago, at the cusp of the millennium.
Heads up! There's a new millennium on the way and you've got a decision to make. You gonna be like everyone else, or are you gonna forge your own path? Be your own person, an individual. Have faith in yourself. Webster's says individuality is a total character distinguishing an individual from others.
Go for it, girl.
You know, somebody who stands out from the crowd, who's a little different.
Yes, I like being you.
They didn't have to do these motivational speeches on Toonami. It was a passion project meant to uplift children. Just like they can handle non-stop action and mature themes, they can handle ground messages. Hearing messages about the real world accompanied by characters they resonate with or feel represented with one way or another really helps. And that's the point that people marked against the Toonami BLM speech. But I will admit that there is a semblance of valid criticism here. Even so, I feel like this is just a little misunderstanding as to how Toonami works. Quick tangent, but when a show leaves the air, they lose the rights. They can't use the clips and promos for a show after. And they're not gonna license shows just so they can use them in clips. So yes, it would have been better if we could have more shows with black characters in that promo, but that's really not their fault. It's money's fault. Just because it's easy for a random dude with Vegas Pro to edit something doesn't mean that Adult Swim can do it all the same. The fact that message was done at all, with a group of black staff members advocating for themselves, honestly means enough. Those were black words. Steve, Dana, Jason, Gil, and all the other members in higher positions were really just a megaphone amplifying this message. And I just really felt that it really hit it. And, not to mention that they put out a more general pro-equality speech in 2013, but, the people who are mad and always ripping to media for being brutally progressive don't watch the media because it's progressive, so of course they would miss that. Shocker, I know. Spreading overt, passionate, and positive messages through cartoons is nothing new. Really, the Toonami speeches of yesterday are the Steven Universe speeches of today. I'd love for other shows to be more into this as well, but hey, no one can deny that Steven Universe is the emblem of Cartoon Network being so overt in positivity towards different races, sexualities, and genders. No matter what network it comes from, whether it be from cartoon, anime, or even Muppets, the real world sucks, and there's a lot of things wrong with it. People of all ages sometimes need reminders. They need pick-me-ups. They need boosts from things that they resonate with in order to feel empowered to keep up the good fight. Some people, they think keeping up the good fight is protesting. For others, it's just having the energy to make it out of bed. Either way, as long as you're supporting those who are disadvantaged and just being brave enough to really wake up in the morning and not let all these forces get you down, you're still making a difference in your life and probably someone else's. It shows that you're stronger than you think. We're all capable of so much. Never forget that.
Kids love it.